Hi, my name is Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. Back in 1980, a show came on PBS called Cosmos. It had Carl Sagan as the host. Sagan was this important cosmologist from the 50s on. And he guided us through a journey through the universe. And he had this wonderful voice, billions and millions and billions of galaxies. And I thoroughly enjoyed the series. It's the most watched television series ever seen by people. 500 million or so people are thought to have seen the series. Sagan was a big proponent of the Copernican principle. Copernican principle, it goes like this: there's nothing unique or special about the Earth or the living systems on it. He believed actually that there were probably millions of planets capable of hosting life in the galaxy, let alone the universe. And so he expected that when we moved out beyond our solar system, either directly or indirectly through our instruments, that we would discover life. He used only two criteria to come up with this notion of millions of planets, though. The planet had to have water, and it had to be in the sweet spot as it's rotated around its sun. And what we've come to learn in the next 20 years after the Cosmos series is that, in fact, there's a lot more conditions necessary for life than two. In fact, I've seen in one article 134 conditions, and in another article there are actually, the number has moved up to 200 conditions for life. Each one essential to have life on it, at least life as we understand, which moves the probability from millions of planets in our galaxy to ultimately having one planet in the universe is itself remarkable. The Copernican principle was named after Nicholas Copernicus, who was the first one to come up with the mathematical solution of the Earth rotating around the sun and not the sun around the Earth. Copernicus himself was a very religious person. He thought he was discerning the mind of God in his proposals. Today, people use the Copernican principle in a sense to discount the possibility of a higher power or some transcendent reality. If we're just average run-of-the-mill people in on a small planet in a relatively unimportant solar system in an unremarkable galaxy, just a little speck of dust in this massive universe, we hold no privilege at all, then probably it means that there really isn't any kind of God or transcendent reality. But the odds, as they say, have become clear to us that, in fact, to just have one planet like the Earth in the whole universe is remarkable. I think it's like 1 over 10 to the 80th power likelihood. And it kind of speaks something important to me, that maybe the planet we're on here, we call it Earth, is remarkable. In fact, its presence may be a miracle. I mean, we talk about miracles in life, like the miracle of beating some fatal disease, or the miracle of getting out of a horrible car accident alive without a scratch. We talk about miracles, but they all seem to me to pale in comparison, statistically speaking, to the miracle of just being here, of existing. Because that's maybe 1 over 10 to the 80th power. I don't know what the miracle of getting out of an automobile accident or beating a fatal disease is, but it's nothing like what we imagine just being here. In another anomaly in the universe, one scientist talks about 10 to the 37th power, and he helps us understand what it means. Imagine covering the whole of North America in dimes, and then stacking those dimes up to the moon, which is 385,000 kilometers away. And then imagine doing that 1 billion times over. And then once you're done that, taking a dime that you painted red and sliding it in there amongst all the other dimes, and then blindfolding a friend and asking that friend on one try to pull out the red dime. That is 10 to the 37th power. That's at least the statistical unlikelihood of any planet existing in the universe, and yet the Earth exists, and you exist, and me too. What does that say about the likelihood of life and what it might mean for us? Because it seems to me, if it's a statistical anomaly that I'm here or that you're there, then it must mean that there might be some intention for why we are here and why this beautiful blue planet is here too. And if there's some intention, it seems to me that there may be a design to it all, or even a designer behind it all. And if that's the case, then it seems to me, at least for my life, that I need to know the intention of the designer.